sold to capacity, sold out theater. No, not so much. This is what I like. Get me a room somewhere awkwardly shaped, preferably in an assisted living facility, with windows where the light can bleed in and disrupt the show, but also a very blinding light as well, focused on the individual performing. And then pack the room with a bunch of social workers. And that, to me, is the ultimate type of show. And here I am. Yeah, this is it. Doesn't get any better. Doesn't get any better than this. Let me tell you who's about to take the stage. We're going to get this show going. Thank you so much for coming out. God bless each and every one of you for all that you do. This is a great show. Thank you again, Robin, for having us. Let me tell you who's going to start the show off. This gentleman is direct from the New York City comedy scene. All right, he's a rising star. You're going to see a lot of him. This is something so cool. For the past 2 years, he has been touring and opening up for comedian Jim Breuer. Do you know Jim Breuer? Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. You can make a big applause for that. That's a big deal. But he's here tonight for you social workers. Please give a very warm welcome to New York City's Brian McKenna. Let him hear it. Brian McKenna is here. Give a nice hand for Paul Anthony.
Who I've known for 3 years, and he doesn't know I live on Long Island, actually. I live on Long Island. That's where I'm happy to be here, man. This is exciting. To say the least, let me tell you. I'm leaving with some macaroni and cheese tonight. That's what I'm doing. I didn't get paid a lot of money, but macaroni and cheese, we have excess of. I'm happy. You know what I learned, man, the last 10 minutes listening to you guys tell jokes? You guys are a bunch of sexual deviants, every single one of you. My God, Mr. Softy joke was great. Always wanted to perform in Westbury. Dream of mine when I started comedy. I was like, man, I'd love to go to Hollywood, but first, Westbury. Not the theater. The building next to it. I live here on Long Island, so I'm angry like every one of you people. I sat in traffic coming out here tonight, 45 minutes to get here. Yeah, I live in Bethpage, so it shouldn't take me 45 minutes to get here, and it did. I was happy he told me it was in Westbury. I was like, wait, do I have to drive through Newcastle? I'm like, because that's going to be a little scary if I have to drive through Newcastle, but I don't. You guys come from the other way. You guys know where it is? Yeah, you guys go around that part of that. Me too. And I'm happy to. Yeah, I drove out here tonight. It's always nice to come to an assisted living place. I like to see what my future is going to be like. You know? A lot of rice pudding. It's good, man. This is yeah. I drove here, and I got to tell you, I don't know any old people. I don't know any of them. But I feel like we gotta get them off the roads. Right? And I got a weird way I think we can do it. I think if we stop making Buicks, right? Old people would just stop driving, because I don't think it's a coincidence everybody who has a Buick also has osteoporosis. It's not a coincidence. Somebody told me once, like, Brian, you know, Buicks, those cars last forever. I was like, how convenient, so do the drivers. Look, I don't understand how somebody could sell a Buick to somebody and keep a good conscience about it. You know, I feel like they should have to be honest when they sell that car. They should have to sell the car the way I saw it driven on the road tonight. Right? Like if someone comes in to buy a Buick, the sales pitch I would use would be like, look, Buicks here have a different standard than what you're used to. For example, all Buicks come standard with the left blinker permanently on. That's part of the lease agreement. That's how we do things here. Just sign away. I shouldn't make fun of bad drivers, though. I'm a terrible, terrible driver. You know, I get pulled over 2-3 times a week minimum. Minimum. Okay. Do cops ask you guys all the same stupid questions that they ask me? Do you know why I pulled you over? Well, why don't you just tell me what you know, and then I'll fill you in on what you missed out on, and then I answer question. My buddy told me, he's like, dude, this is what you do, right? This is what you do. You just get a PBA card. Yep. You can just get rid of that. Now, if you don't know what a PBA card is, I'll explain. It's this weird thing where if you have a family member who's a police officer, they give you this plastic card with their name and badge number on it. And then when you get pulled over by a different cop, you just hand that card to that cop, and then they just let you go. It doesn't work for like murder or anything like that. If you were like, I could use that right now, that would be nice. You know, you can't kill somebody and be like, yeah, I'm gonna clean that up. I don't know, you might wanna. It doesn't work. I just wish I had one of those things. Like, how much fun would that be? How cocky could you be with the cop? You know, I mean, you can go 85 through the school zone, giving the finger to that crossing guard, just giving him your finger. And then that cop comes to the window, and you're like, here's my license and registration, and here's my second cousin's card. And you and him have the exact same job, so until next time. It's ridiculous, man. It's the only job in the world that we have a card that like gets us out of trouble, right? Like, for example, my little sister, she failed public speaking. She can't go to her professor with my business card. And just be like, yes, professor, I know I failed to turn in all the assignments this year, but here's my brother's card. He's a comedian, so he does public speaking all the time. So, I'll take a B. Wish it worked like that when I was in school, man. I would have been in school for 8 years for my associates. I was at Nassau Community College like a long time. I was there quite a while. I'll tell you guys about. I was in a movie a while back. I don't know if anyone here saw a movie called The Wolf of Wall Street. I don't know if anybody here saw the movie. I was in it. Oh, good, yeah. More people make a difference. In that movie, I'm sniffing cocaine. That's what I'm doing. Oh, good. No social workers or fans. Good. That's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing. But if you ever see someone in a movie sniffing cocaine, it is actually powdered milk. Yeah. Yeah. It's a weird way to find out you're lactose intolerant. Terrible morning, you know? It's always interesting. People find out I was in that movie, man. I had this guy come up to me after the show. Big dude, 6'5", Jack, kind of looked like The Rock. You know, he walked right up to me, holding eye contact. He's like, so, bro, like, how hot is Leonardo DiCaprio? I looked right at his wife. I'm like, did you know your husband was gay? I'm like, I don't know if you knew this. But here's the thing. In person, Leonardo DiCaprio, he's gorgeous. He's gorgeous, man. This is the only way I can describe him. He's so good looking in person that when you look at him, he's kind of like looking at the sun. Because when you look away, you still kind of see him. I just want to get you. I'm from like I was talking about my sister. I'm from like a big family, man. I got a big Irish Catholic family. That's what I'm from, man. Well, I should clarify that. Like, I'm Catholic, but I'm Catholic like the Olive Garden is Italian. Not like authentic or anything like that. I got a big family, man. I got 6 brothers and sisters. 6, way too many, man. Anyone here from like a big family? Anybody have a bunch? Yeah. How many you have? You have 10? Are you serious? Oh my God! Did your father even wear pants or what? Oh my God! You have 10 brothers and sisters for real? You're 1 of 10? Oh my! Do you like them all? You like every one of them? Really? I didn't want to get into like a therapy session. That's crazy. Yeah, see, I don't know, man. That's weird to me that you guys all get along. See, I have a theory. My theory on big families, which evidently. But my theory, I feel like when you come from a big family, you really only get along with one sibling really well. And for me, it's my little sister. I love my little sister. But the problems with my sister is that she's like a bad drunk. I don't mean that she drinks a lot. I mean she's just bad at being drunk. Right? I'll give you an example. When I was living at home, I was living in the basement. Because that's where all successful people live. Shut up, that's not funny. comes home drunk at 4 o'clock in the morning. She stumbles down 2 flights of stairs, kicks my door and wakes me up. She's like, Brian. 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 And she goes to shake me. She's like, Brian. Except she was just 25 feet away from me, just going like this. I'm like, what? She's like, good, you're up. Okay, I'm drunk, and I don't know what to do. I said, did you try Taco Bell? That's something that I like to do. I was like, number 4 with a Baja Blast. Works every time for me. She's like, no. I think I drank so much that I'm gonna die. I looked right at her. I'm like, look, we're Irish. Like, we don't die from drinking. Unless we do it in the sun. So go put some SPF 40 on and get out of my goddamn room. I actually said to her the next morning, I'm like, dude, you go barge in my room at 4 o'clock in the morning. How do you know I don't have a woman in there? She's like, she's like, you live in a basement, you loser. She's right, I did. And I did. I have an older sister who I like. Don't love her. She drives me nuts. She just had a baby, which it's kind of weird to see my older sister as a mother. You know, because like, do you guys remember that high school project where you walked around with the egg and it was supposed to be like your kid? And you dressed it up and made a face on it. You know? Day 1, my older sister was very careful. But by day 2, she didn't care so much. By day 3, she ate the egg. I said, what are you, a gerbil eating its young? Like, you can't do that with this one. It's not allowed. I'll be honest with you, I never wanted kids, man. I never thought about it. Never wanted kids my entire life. And then my niece was born, and it was that first time as a person that I ever felt that I could really love something more than I love myself. I remember holding her that first time. It was even now just thinking about it, brings a tear to my eye. I remember I was holding her, looking at her. I pulled her close and I whispered in her ear. I said, "You have no idea how awful your mother is." She ate your older brother. Watch out for that. My sister's a weird mother, though, man. This is what she does now. She breastfeeds my niece in public without covering up. Right? This is a real sentence I had to say to my older sister. We were at the mall, and I said, "Hey, Kelly, can you put your nipple away until we leave Foot Locker?" Or at least go to the food court where other people are eating. I don't know how it works, but next to the Air Jordans. Here's the thing, man. I see you guys looking at me like that's it. This is the thing. I just don't want to see my sister's nipple. Like, ever. There's never a scenario where I'm like, lift your shirt. Never a scenario where that ever happens. I just don't want to see my sister's nipple, you know? Like, if you guys have sisters, I'd like to see their nipples. That's okay. If I go to the mall when I walk past IKEA and they're breastfeeding, I'm like, oh, there's a nipple. I'll run over, I'll take a photo. That's a good day. I did a show last week, and a woman goes up to me after the show, not happy about it. She walked right up to me. She's like, Brian, breastfeeding is a totally natural thing we do with our bodies. It's natural. Look, I think it's only natural to do in private, right? Because like, there's plenty of natural things I do with my body in private. And if I did inside of JCPenney, you'd have me arrested. Like, no, officer, this is a completely natural thing I do with my body. Officer, this is a completely natural thing. Do you take PBA cards by any chance? I don't know. Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. Wasn't sure. It was like 98% women in this. I'm like, this could go bad. I don't know. Like, have some macaroni thrown at me midway through this. Great. There's no crap on here. Anyone have any questions or anything? I have a lot. I'm kind of an idiot lately. I don't have a DVR, so I have to watch all the commercials on television. I just want to let you guys know. You guys work in assisted living places, so I said there's still Viagra commercials on television. They're still out there in case anyone needs it. I don't get it. Like they say some of the stupidest things on these commercials. Please ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Really? Is a man's heart healthy enough for sex? Is it beating? Like, let's say I'm 80 years old. There's a woman out there who still wants to sleep with me. I'm not stopping off at the doctor to get a permission slip. I'm gonna start eating Viagra like it's popcorn, okay? And if my heart explodes during foreplay, so be it. I don't care, I'm 80. I could care less. Right? Wouldn't that be a hell of a story to hear at your funeral? Hey, how did Brian die? Well, the rain was licking his nipples and he popped an artery. That's the way I want to go, man. I like to watch movies when I'm off from work. That's what I like to do. I like to watch movies when I'm off from work. But you guys ever watch a movie you loved as a kid, and then you watch it as an adult, and you're like, I must have been a moron. This movie sucks. I don't know. Like I used to love the movie Titanic growing up. It's like my favorite movie growing up. Was that a clap or was that the drink of the water? It's weird because there's only 18 people in here, so it's not hard to see you guys. I love that movie Titanic, man, but I don't like it as an adult. It's unrealistic, that movie. Because you remember at the end of that movie, old lady Rose is retelling her story to a group of people who wanted to date her granddaughter, and she said they never told anybody about Jack. Not even your grandfather, my husband. And then the next scene, she dies, and she goes to heaven, where everybody from the Titanic's waiting for her, including Jack. And they share a passionate kiss and spend eternity together. It's adorable. Where's her goddamn husband? Yeah, you know the guy she was married to for 85 years after Jack? Like, don't you think he would have been in heaven too and seen those two kiss him in the background? Like, honey, you gotta be freaking kidding me! I spent 85 years with you. You're gonna go spend eternity with some guy you went on a one-night stand with on a cruise ship? Really? Really? And honey, just a quick question. How come I refinanced the house 3 times, but you had a $50 million diamond hidden in your sock drawer? It doesn't come up at dinner? No? Never once? I think so. I'll leave you guys with this. There's no segue to this. This is just my true feelings. I don't like weathermen. By the way, in case you guys haven't noticed, they don't know what's going on out there. And yet every day we watch them. Like some revelation's gonna happen on Channel 2 News. This is a report I heard today, right? Guy comes on the weather, and he goes like this. He goes, it's 35 degrees out today, but it's gonna feel a lot like 30. Well, then it's freaking 30. I don't know what to tell you. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. So I started doing the same thing now, right? Like if I'm about to have sex with a woman, I'm like, look, my penis, it's 13 inches. It's gonna feel a lot like 3. With the wind chill. Like, trust me, it's definitely 13. Thank you guys so much.